looks like I'm white. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Yeah, we'll do 2, 3, 4s again. Okay, and this is the high Chinese. Don't really know too much about it. Not sure what to do here. I think I'll just play here, try to force him to connect, then Tanuki down here, and then try to make it where he's like limited on one side. Yep, so he does try to defend. He plays this one, which is a little bit odd because now there's more Aji in the corner. So, gonna go ahead and Tanuki. And he pincers, okay. I could jump out. He goes here, I play here, I start a fight. I can develop some potential here. But I don't really want to fight here, so I think I'm just going to take points. He'll get some influence, but I just kind of need to jump in and reduce it. And in my games, I don't really go over Joseki too much, but I noticed Simple Baduk has been making a lot of videos on Joseki, and I really like those videos. And in my description, there's a link to it, and then also a 20% off discount if you are interested in it. And then I get a small percentage of that. So now I just need to reduce this area. Not sure how I want to do it, so I could just invade directly, but I also could just try to play it slower and just jump here, which is reducing his center potential and also aiming at stuff in the corner. And is somewhat growing this area, but I don't think he'll let me get this. Okay, so he tries to defend it like that. So I want to push here, but I think before I push, I don't want to just give him this area without him having to work for it. So I think I'm going to try and play something here, see if he gives me any Aji I can use. And once I push here and he goes here, a lot of the Aji is kind of gone. I can push up here. And now I can Hane, which gives me this Atari later. It also just makes it where this Hane is Gote, because I can Atari back. I can also play here, which is giving me some potential eye shape. But I think I'm going to just attach here. If he plays here, I go here. I feel like I can live here. And if he goes here, I extend. He has to block, and then I can jump on the side, living over here. So it feels like either way he goes, I should get something. This is a weird direction. He's letting me kind of keep everything. Because now if I extend here, I can still connect under. So yeah, I'll just extend here. And if he blocks this side, I can still connect under. Okay, but I'll Hane here. Because I don't see him being able to cut this off because I can cut. Or even at the very least make a clamp here, but I think the cut is better. Okay, so he goes there. I'll just keep connected. Okay, he Hanes. Now I'm just going to turn and run out. If I lose a few stones here, that's okay. He'll get a few points, but if I reduce all of this and he has some cutting points he has to worry about, then that's still good for me. I can also just do a Ko here. Not really any Ko threats, but I'm going to go ahead and play it. And then I can push through here, which is, if I get to push here again, this is cut off, this is cut off. I'm connecting to this group. So I think I've destroyed his moyo here pretty well. Okay, and then I'll try to save this one. I'll just Atari and then jump out. I don't really need to do anything here because he's already kind of cut off. I don't think he can ever connect too easily there. So I just need to focus on protecting this group. Okay, so I'll jump out. And it'd be nice if I can connect here. I'm not sure if I have a good way to do it, but I'll go ahead and try. And then this area is also becoming even bigger. Okay, so he connects. I'm going to peep here because I can still threaten to cut. I believe my connection here is pretty good. And I don't want to let him connect these stones too easily. And this group is also still not 100% alive. So if this group is weak, then it should make it harder for him to try and reduce this area. So I have cutting points here. So if I try to be too aggressive, he can peep or just cut. So I think I'm going to shoulder hit and just allow him to connect under. And I'm going to shift my potential that was here over to here. And then this should also make a cutting point a little bit harder for him because I have extra stones here to support it. Okay, and then I will just... I'm not sure what the best way to connect is. Probably just keep pushing so that there's no cutting points. Even if he can Hane under, it's not a big deal. I believe I can Hane here. If he Ataris, I go here, he captures, I push. There's a double Atari here, so I can cut it off. Okay, looks like he's going to do that. Okay, so I can push and threaten to Atari. Atari again. And when I connect here, it should be Sente for him to try and connect under. And then I should be able to block here. And now I have pretty good potential over here now. And yeah, I'll go ahead and block. I'm not sure why he does this. I think if I go here, he connects. He has an eye here and an eye here, so he's not in too much danger. So I think he's helping me fix my weaknesses here, because there was at least a peep or a clamp or something he could do later. But now I don't really have to worry about any of that. So here he's trying to fix the cutting point, but it's a little too slow. If he jumps in here, I'm just happy to jump out and turn this into points. So I have lots of options here. I can enclose my corner. I can also like play over here, trying to put some pressure on these stones. But I think I like just trying to take points right away. Okay, so he jumps in. So I'm trying to develop this area, so I don't really need to invade. Even though it probably works because this is kind of weak and then this is also weak. But I think I'm just going to cap and then try and grow this area as much as possible. And he has to be a little bit careful about this group getting into trouble. So if he cuts, it feels like it would be better for me than for him. Because he can Atari here, but I can extend and cut. Okay, so he's trying to cut off that. Okay. My corner gets into some trouble here, but it doesn't feel like it's that bad. So I'll just go ahead and connect my cutting points here. So I think I'll just play... I could try to live here, but I don't think I really need to. I have all this potential here now. If I can cut this off and capture this, then it's bigger than the corner. And if he's not careful, I can still just kind of come back and live, and then he would have to be careful because this whole group's not alive. So I'll go ahead and connect my weak group, or my cutting point. Feels like he still needs to add a move here. But I'm going to go ahead and extend here. So I want to keep this group cut off from this one. And then I can just... I'm not sure which I like better. I think I'll just extend because, again, it has no cutting point. And this doesn't really have two eyes yet. And if I get to surround this group, this also doesn't have two eyes yet. So he's going here because if he cuts, then I can't play this move because it's self-Atari. But I can play this one, which feels like Sente, because I can threaten to cut 3 stones off. The only downside is he does have some forcing moves here. But he can't really cut this off, I don't think, because he just has too many weak points here himself. And this group is lacking on liberty, so it almost feels like if I push here, it feels like it could be very bad for him. Okay, so he jumps. I'm just going to defend as well. If he defends, I go here, which is almost capturing these ones. He can play here, but I think this group is fine. I just have to connect under, and then this group doesn't have two eyes. He pushes here. So he's trying to surround this group. But I think I can just turn here, which is kind of sort of connecting, but at the same time cutting off this group. And this one, I just need to connect under somehow. And even if he lives in the center, I got some profit here, and it feels like he needs to add a move to live in this corner. Okay. I think with this cut, he just has, again, too many cutting points, and I should have more liberties. And I have the ladder. So if I go here, he goes here, 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 here. I should be able to capture him first. If I do this one, he jumps here, and then if I push through, he can block, I can't cut. So he gets a lot more liberties. So I think I have to play the Hane and extend. And then I should just have more liberties with this group than he does here. Yeah, I'll extend again one more time. And I don't think the net really works right away, because I can always turn and capture. And the other downside of this is, as I'm extending this way, I'm getting rid of the eye shape for his group in the center. So if this lives and I capture this, then this whole group is also in trouble. Okay, so it seems he realized that, so he changed his mind. So he's trying to, again, make some more eye shape here. He goes here, so he's trying to cut this off. I'm going to go ahead and just connect my stones together. And I think this should be okay. I just have to stop him from connecting. And this whole group is not alive yet. And I could just kind of turn here and reduce and make some profit here. But it feels like he should have done something in this corner a while ago. Because this doesn't have that many liberties. And I can make some okay shape in the corner. Okay. And even though he does this, I'm not alive. It feels like I should have quite a bit of liberties. And then he only has he only has 6 liberties. And it seems very difficult for him to capture me first. So I have about the same amount, but we're sharing 2. So I will Hane, which I have to be a little bit careful as well, because I'm also reducing my liberties for this group. But I think it should be okay. I'll turn here, expanding my liberties for this group, and reducing his. Okay. So it feels like I should get a lot here, at least force him to capture. And then when he plays this one, he's getting rid of his own liberties. Still not sure what's going to happen here. Okay, so he tries that one. Not sure. I'll just go ahead and play this one. Because maybe I can't kill. I feel like if I could read better, maybe I could do something here, but I think I'm happy just getting some extra moves on the outside for in-game and extending my liberties. Yeah, because at this point, I think it's just 2 liberties to 2, and he gets to go first. It'd be nice if I could do this one, but it doesn't quite work, I don't think. So I'll go ahead and block here, expanding liberties, get a few extra points in Sente. And later I can play a move like this in Sente. So I think I'm going to come back and lots of things I can do. I can turn here just to make profit. This group is now cut off and not alive, so I could also try to play some moves here to bother this one. And I think I'll do that first, because I want to reduce his points. Whether I kill it or not, I don't think is important, but at the very least I can reduce it a lot, to where he just has a few points. Just block. And he has to be really careful about eye shape here. Okay, he goes down. My group's pretty much all connected, so I don't really have to worry about this dying. So I think I can play a bit more aggressive here and try to really reduce his eye shape. I think he can try something like this, but I think if I Atari here, he captures. I go here, if he connects, I just will connect, and then that's a dead shape. So here I think he ends up dying. So I think I just go here, and it seems very difficult for him to get 2 eyes. So he has to try and get out or connect somehow. But I think I just go here. If he captures, I go here, and then my shape should be pretty good. And I don't think he can't really connect anymore. But I think even if this lives, I'm still slightly ahead. But he just has too many weak groups, I think. So I want to get rid of this eye, but if I do it directly like this, he pushes, I capture, he connects, and this is cut off. So I think it's a little bit simpler to play here. If he plays this one, I go here to get rid of the eye. And if he goes here, I go here, and then he can't really cut anything off here. Okay, so he jumps out, so I guess he's going to try and kill this whole group, so I just need to focus on connecting. Okay, and he turns. I'll Hane. Because he can play here, but I just extend, and I'm trying to get as many points here as I can. And after this dies, I don't really need to try too hard, I just need to stay connected. Yep, so I could go here. I guess I'll go ahead and do that. So these 2 stones will get cut off, but I think this area can get damaged a bit if he doesn't respond. Yeah, we'll just connect as solidly as possible. Stay connected. He goes there, so I guess he can play this Atari and then he can push in a bit. But again, I just want to stay connected. If I play something here, then he could have pushed here. And he has quite a bit of Aji here, so I can do this one. So if he plays this way, I can Atari here and then push in. So he kind of has to play here, but if he plays here, I also can push in. So I think he has. So I think he had to like connect here, but then his eyes are damaged quite a bit. So now I can kind of run in here and reduce his eyes a lot more. And push. Instead of this one, I probably should have Atari'd. But I think it's okay. I think I'm already winning, so I don't really need to kill this. Everything seems connected. So I think since I'm winning, I'm just going to go ahead and try and capture these stones. Just make sure this doesn't die. Any endgame he gets, I don't think is enough to catch up after this dies. Okay, he does capture. Just prevent cutting points. Yep, he Ataris. Just capture and capture. And probably going to end it here. It looks like he's not going to resign anytime soon. But at this point, I'm ahead by over 30 points. Didn't really defend, he just kept getting weak groups everywhere, and eventually I just started capturing stuff. But hopefully you enjoyed this, and I would like to thank all my Patreons. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you all next time.